guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Macy Hutchinson, and today I'm going to conclude with part 2, and it's going to be Disney Cruise Line question and answers. I had some subscribers ask me questions, and I have a few answers. Some of them I can't answer, but I'm going to try my best, so here we go. So to start with this question and answer, I want to give you guys some background, and I have 2 stories. So number 1, this was our 3rd Disney cruise, so in total I have been on 3 in my lifetime. I was born in California, so I was at Disneyland all the time. And then my sister, actually, we got to do Make-A-Wish, so we went to Walt Disney World and we became Vacation Club members. So we've been to Disney World a couple of times and Disneyland a bunch of times. And I can honestly tell you that my absolute favorite Disney vacations are the cruises. There's no running around trying to get in line, and then there's no waiting in line in the hot sun. It's not being miserable. Everything is included on the cruise, almost everything. But like the food and everything, and that's another expense when you're at Disneyland and Disney World. Food adds up. For a family of 6, which is us, that could be an extra $500 a day. So I just prefer the cruises. It's a more relaxed atmosphere, but it's not boring, and there's a lot to do. So now with that out of the way, I want to get to my second story. And it's about my dad and our very first cruise. So my mom was researching Disney Cruise Line, and she just booked a cruise and told us. And my dad was kind of upset because he's like, I don't want to go on a cruise. That to me seems so boring. And like, why can't we go to Disneyland or Walt Disney World? Like, that to me is so boring. I don't get why you would book it. And so my mom's like, it's gonna be fun, like come watch these videos. And my dad was still kind of on the fence, like, oh, it's gonna be so boring. I'm gonna be stuck on a ship for 7 days, you know? And so we get on the ship, and I kid you not, that very night, my dad was booking our second cruise because he was having that much fun. So if you're hesitant or you think you're gonna be bored, I can almost assure you, you will not be bored, and you're gonna have fun just like my dad did. Alright, so with all of that out of the way, now I can finally get into the questions and answers. So my first questions come from Belinda Hicks, and I will include a picture of what she said. So she said, hello and thanks so much for your video. We are going on the Fantasy this summer. I also booked the Hyatt for the night before like you did. This is my first Disney cruise, but this is my husband and kids' first cruise. Oh, this is my first Disney cruise, but I've cruised other times before, but this is my husband and kids' first cruise ever. I am super excited and want them to have the best time possible. Here are a few questions. Did you have the opportunity to meet/greet characters? We did have the opportunity, but I'm just going to say from my understanding how it is, but I'm not 100% certain. So on the first 2 cruises, the way that it was, you would just get in line like you were at Disneyland. You would go get in line and have your picture taken. And then I heard recently that you have to get character meet and greet tickets. They're free, but I think they were trying to cut down on like how long the lines were. So now when you get on the ship, you have to go to customer service and try to get tickets, and you just ask them who's going to be here on our ship while we're here. And they'll say, oh, I don't know, Pocahontas and Ariel. And then you say, okay, well, I want meet and greets for both. And I am pretty certain that they used to give you tickets. But then I was talking to somebody on our cruise, and she said that's not true. I don't know, I don't have an answer for that, but that was my knowledge. When we went on our first 2 cruises, you just got in line. Are the cruises extra crowded in the summer? To that, I would say it's the same thing as with the parks. Yes, they're going to be busy in the summer because everybody's out of school. Same with holidays. Yes, they're going to be busy because everyone's on Christmas break. Yes, it's going to be busy. We always went in October because of fall break. That is different everywhere because my grandma still lives in California, and her fall break is always in kind of closer to November. Here in Colorado, it's always in October. I don't know why, but places it's just a little bit different. So that is a good time to go because it's different for everybody. Whereas with Christmas break, you know everybody's going to at least have the week before and the week after, and maybe even during. So that is going to be a crazy time. You know summer, if you go even in the middle of summer, everybody's going to be out of school. And so yes, it's going to be busy in the summer. Yes, it's going to be busy during the holidays. I would recommend going maybe in February and March and September, October. That's what I would recommend. What items should we bring that we may not think about it? So I talked about this in my tips and tricks, but on your first day, you're going to give them your luggage and you won't see it again until later that night. So if you brought swimsuits with you, anything that you need, any necessity, you're not going to have it until later that night. So I recommend bringing just a tote bag or even a backpack with you and filling it with everything that you're going to need to start enjoying your vacation right as you get on the ship. So definitely pack the essentials and you'll have a great trip. So the next part. What are the must-see / must-do things? That honestly depends. And the way that our family did it, we didn't really care that much about excursions. So we looked up the best places to shop at each port. I know, we're so lame, we just wanted to shop. But that's what we did. And so we ended up finding like the best places to go to. And it was really nice because for our family, that's what we wanted to do. I would probably look up other videos on best excursions and stuff like that. I did really like parasailing. I would recommend that on Castaway Cay. But other than that, it's really personal preference and it depends on your family. Does Disney have a chef's table? I don't know about that. I know that in the main dining rooms they don't, but maybe in Palo and Remy they might. But that is something to definitely talk to your cruise director about. I love your camera. I'm not a vlogger, but I wanted to get a waterproof camera just for our vacations. Would you suggest the GoPro or something cheaper since I'm only going to use it for vacation? Thanks again. I would highly recommend the GoPro. I'm actually using it right now. I love the picture. I love that it gets wide shots, and I love that it's waterproof. That was a must, and actually this is my dad's camera. He races motorcycles. Well, not that much anymore, but he used to race motorcycles, and so he would strap it to his helmet. So for him, this was perfect. For me, somebody who wants to vlog, I would recommend the GoPro with the screen on the back. This is just the little cube. I think it's the Hero Sessions 5. The whole entire time, I have to give myself props. The whole entire time we were on the cruise, I could not see what I was vlogging. I just had the little cube on a stick, and I'm trying to like get everything, and then when I was editing, I'm like, I did a pretty good job. But there are certain parts where you can see like, oh yeah, she couldn't tell what she was looking at. She was just filming. And so I would recommend the GoPro with the screen as long as it's waterproof. If it's not waterproof, then I would recommend this one. It's just harder to figure out what you're filming. So the next comment is from Jenny Cohen, and she left 2. So she said, we booked our first Disney cruise this October. I have lots of questions. Please don't feel like you have to answer them all. My children will be 5 and 13. Were the pools and aqueduct always crowded? So I answered that in my tips and tricks, but the best time to go would be during port days, which is where the boat is docked, because everybody's off doing their excursions and stuff, so the boat is almost empty, but not totally. And so the longest I was in line was maybe 10 minutes. If you are at sea, don't worry, the line is not going to be super long, but it is significantly longer. I think I was in line for maybe 30 minutes. So not terribly bad, but I would definitely recommend going a port day. What excursions did you love the most? Any we should avoid? So I really liked parasailing. I did not like, it was in Falmouth, Jamaica. We did the tour of the mangroves, and it was a private beach at the end. And the way that it was sold online, it was like, come tour the mangroves and then spend time swimming and having fun at this starfish beach. And so my family, we thought, oh, you know, go on a little boat ride and then spend the majority of the time at this beach. No, you're in the boat the majority of the time. And we were probably riding around for an hour and 15 minutes before we even got to the little tiny beach. And then once we got to the beach, we were there for probably 15 minutes, and then we had to come back for another hour and 15 minutes. So with transportation to the excursion and transportation back, and then including the actual excursion, it was probably 3.5 hours long, and you got to be on the beach for a total of 15 minutes. I think it was a waste of time, a waste of money. If you have younger kids, they're going to get bored. I would not recommend that one. It was the tour of the mangroves, something like that, and the starfish beach, something like that. I'll include what it's called. But definitely it was boring and not very fun. I noticed your mom did laundry one day. Was that an easy task? I don't have an answer for that because she did the laundry. I'll have to talk to her. I'm not telling my children until we land in Florida that we are going on a cruise and not Disney World. Could you put my mind at ease and let me know there will be plenty of things for the 13-year-old to do and she won't be bored? So, to answer that question, my youngest sister, her name's Kaylee, she was on the cruise with us. She, on our very first cruise, did not want to leave her kids club. She was having so much fun, and they have so many activities for the kids to do. I can promise you, with everything that I know and everything that I've experienced, your daughter will not be bored. And I remember on our very first cruise, we were at Castaway Cay, which is the last place that you'll go. And my mom's like, Kaylee, come on, you're going to come with us and spend the day with the family. Kaylee's like, I don't want to spend the day with you guys. I want to be in my kids club. Like, I'm having fun. I don't want to be with you guys. And so my mom's like, okay, whatever. So she got to go. They dig up like dinosaur bones and stuff. They make chocolate chip cookies. So your daughter will not be bored. And I also don't know her personally, but I've never been bored. My sisters have never been bored. She won't be bored. Anything either on the ship or a port we shouldn't miss? The shows. I really like the shows on the ship. And for the last 2 cruises, they always had Disney specific shows. It was always like Cinderella, Rapunzel, or that's not what it's called, Tangled. And then they had Ariel and things like that, like Disney specific shows. And then on our last cruise, the one that I vlogged, they had like a mind reader guy, and it was very much so like a show you would see in Vegas. It wasn't Disney at all. So if it has a Disney show, I would recommend seeing that. I wouldn't recommend seeing any of the other shows because you can see them anywhere. And then on formal nights, how fancy do we really need to get? So you need to get fancy. Don't roll up to dinner with wet hair and a tank top and flip-flops. You know, you want to dress up. For the women, you want to wear a dress and heels, and I'll include pictures of what I mean. And for the men, you want to wear a suit with a tie and nice dress shoes. For girls, you could wear a fancy dress and little flats or even little tiny heels. And for boys, same dress code applies. A suit, a tie, and nice dress pants. You do not want to roll up in just a sundress and flip-flops. No. If this is elevated dress code, dress the part. And then she said, I have some more questions. Is there anything you did or didn't take with you that you wish you did or didn't take? Really, no. But her next question is, I would like to pack as light as possible. This is my first cruise with my kids, and I don't want to waste space in the room. So, what I would recommend packing, and I feel like this kind of hits on both questions, I always brought an outfit for each day plus one. So I would bring an outfit flying there, or I'd wear my outfit flying there, and then I would bring an outfit to fly home in, and every day that I'm on the cruise, plus one, in case I spill or it gets wet or whatever. And so that is what I would recommend. I don't know. That's just how I pack. And then what I would recommend doing is bringing 3 swimsuits, depending on how long your cruise is. You can recycle through them, and they have a clothesline in the shower so you can hang them up to dry. So you don't need to bring a swimsuit for every day. And same with pajamas. You don't need to bring pajamas for every day. You can recycle through those. I brought 3 pairs of pajamas and 3 swimsuits. I'd also recommend bringing a pair of flip-flops, a pair of heels, and some sneakers. You don't need a lot of shoes. Really, the sneakers are for when you're at port. The sandals are for by the pool, and the heels are for formal night. You don't need anything else. Some people suggest bringing a water bottle. Did you? I never brought a water bottle, and I've honestly never heard of that before. That doesn't mean people don't do it. I've just never seen it. Up on the decks by the pool, they have soda on tap, and they have water as well. And they have little cups about this big. I don't think you need a water bottle because they have cups provided and drinks provided. I've never had a problem, and the drinks are free. So I don't see the need for a water bottle, but you could always bring one if you wanted. They'd be great to take with you off the ship to the ports, but also like some of our excursions gave us free water bottles. So it's up to you, but I don't think you need it. And then your Halloween party on the boat, did they pass out candy? They did. And the night before, they put a little goodie bag on our bed so we could go get the candy. It's only for people under 18, so my sister got a bag. I didn't, but we didn't even do it anyways. But on our first 2 cruises, they always have booths set up, and you take your little treat bag, you go to each booth, and then they give you some candy. I noticed you didn't really meet any characters, so you might not have an answer, but were there character meet and greets, long lines? There are character meet and greets, and I don't know about that. I think I already answered this, but they've definitely changed it since the last time we were there, so I would research that a little bit more. Also, before we even went on the ship, I had this GoPro, and I wanted to know what can I bring, what can I not bring, like how can I use this on the ship? So I contacted Disney, and they responded to me with a really lengthy email with everything that I could and couldn't do. So I know that you can contact Disney, and I know that they'll give you an answer on every question that you have, especially the meet and greets. So then, did you enjoy your spa treatment? I did enjoy my spa treatment, but I think it was a little bit of a waste of money and a little bit of a waste of time. It was so nice being in that room with all of those windows and just seeing the sunset. We went at the perfect time, but my hair treatment was quite a lot. And it washed out after the very first wash, so I don't think it was worth it. Also, what I would discourage people from doing is getting their nails done on the Disney cruise. To get a manicure and pedicure with just nail polish was $100. Here in Colorado, I can go get my nails done, manicure and pedicure with shellac, which it will last like 2 to 3 weeks. It's heavy duty nail polish for about $60, plus then I add tip. So I don't think it's worth it. I think it's a lot of money. If you had to get a spa treatment, they have like a misting room. And for the day, I believe the pass is $30 per person. And you just go into this room and it's got misters everywhere. It's kind of cool. My sister did it on her honeymoon. She liked it. For me, it was kind of a waste because I can just go sit by the pool, you know? I would recommend getting a massage or a facial. I think that is where your money is going to go the furthest and where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. So definitely I would recommend a massage and a facial. Everything else, skip it. Alright guys, sorry about the change of angle. My camera just died, so I wanted to end the video by saying that we are planning on going on a Disney cruise for Christmas. We're going to try to do a big family reunion, and that's going to be super fun. We're trying to go next year or the year after that. I will keep you guys updated, and I will definitely film the next time we go. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you still have any questions or if I gave any false information, please correct me down in the comments and ask any more questions that you might have. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.